Hello. Welcome to our channel. In this Nikon D5100 vs D3000 video, we compare two cameras that are manufactured by the same company. These cameras belong to the same category, but different camera levels. The D5100 sits a level above the D3000. Does this automatically give the former the edge over the latter? Or does this mean nothing, as in some cases we have seen before? This detailed video has all the answers and more. We reveal their similarities, of course, there are bound to be many such, their uniqueness, and advantages. The Nikon D5100 is an upper entry-level amateur camera. It is the second camera in the Nikon D5XXX series. On the other hand, the Nikon D3000 is an entry-level amateur camera. It is the first camera in the Nikon D3XXX series. When we compare the bodies of these cameras, you'll discover that the D3000 is smaller and lighter than the D5100. This makes it quite portable and the ready-to-go camera when going on a trip. Both cameras can only be gotten in black body color, which takes away the option of picking a color. Cameras are bought because of image capture, hence, this is very important. In this regard, the upper entry-level camera has the edge. It delivers quality images that are well detailed than that of the Nikon D3000. Being higher upper in level as well as being newer, the Nikon D5100 has many features that are missing in the D3000. A notable one is its ability to record video, whereas the Nikon D3000 cannot. These cameras, however, are not great for wireless connectivity as they lack Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Speaking of prices, both cameras are relatively cheap and can be afforded by anyone, even for someone on a budget. Unique features of Nikon D5100. The Nikon D5100 will serve better for portrait photography. The reason is that it produces well-detailed imaging than the Nikon D3000. Well-detailed images are what make portrait pictures. The D5100 possesses three features which are alien to the D3000 that makes it suitable for street photography. These features are the live view, face detection, focus, and articulating screen. How do these features influence our decision? We give more information when we discuss them in the unique features section. Sports photography requires a camera that can capture images at a fast speed. When we compare both cameras in focus, the Nikon D5100 has the edge over the Nikon D3000 in the following areas: shooting speed, low light ISO, and battery life. These features are important for any would-be sports photography camera. Hence, we recommend the D5100 as being better for sports photography. Landscape photography requires attention to detail like portrait photography. Hence, the higher sensor resolution of the Nikon D5100 hands it the win here. Also, it has live view mode. Daily photographers generally prefer lighter cameras due to the nature of their job. With the Nikon D3000 being the lighter weight and even smaller camera, we recommend this camera for this photography over the D5100. The Nikon D3000 might not serve street photographers as well as the Nikon D5100 will. Common features of the Nikon D5100 and D3000. 1. Sensor format. The sensor is a prominent part of a camera that has a major role in deciding the overall quality of the image produced. It is responsible for capturing light into the camera necessary for image production. Every camera makes use of a particular sensor format, which is a categorization of the sensor size. In other words, the sensor format refers to the size category of the sensor. That means two sensors may have the same sensor format but not the same sensor dimensions. The sensor format determines the size of the image a camera can capture. It also determines to some extent the type of lenses a camera can employ. When we look at the D3200 and the D5100, we discover that these cameras make use of an APS-C format, also called the DX format by the Nikon company. The APS-C sensor type is a medium-sized sensor and is a perfect balance and match for these cameras. Since the APS-C sensor is medium-sized, you don't have too much to worry about concerning the weight. Naturally, a bigger sensor is bound to be heavier as well. 2. Anti-aliasing filter. Sometimes you notice certain repetitive patterns either of lines or spots on some captured images. This repetitive pattern is known as moire. Moire occurs when the resolution of the subject captured that has those patterns are higher than the sensor resolution of the camera. Therefore, cameras with low sensor resolution are prone to this occurrence. The Nikon D5100 and the D3000 sensor resolutions are low, which leaves them susceptible to the appearance of moire. Fortunately, these cameras are fitted with an anti-aliasing filter. The anti-aliasing filter, also known as low-pass filter, is found in front of a camera's sensor. Its job is to prevent the occurrence of moire. It does this by reducing the amount of light that gets to the sensor, thereby blurring those repetitive patterns. 3. Lens mount and lenses. The lens is the part of the camera that serves as the eye of the camera. Its job is to capture the subject in the frame. As important as it is, in DSLR cameras, the lens is dependent on the lens mount. This is because the lens mount is that which attaches the lens to the camera's body. The lens mount is found between the lens used and the camera's body, and it holds the lens in place. Therefore, the lens mount determines the type and number of lenses a camera can make use of. The Nikon D5100 and the D3000, like most of Nikon's DSLR cameras, make use of the Nikon F mount. The advantage this mount gives these cameras is that they get to use up to 304 native lenses and 101 optical stabilization lenses. This means you have a variety of lenses to choose from depending on your desire. You are also offered the opportunity to make use of old lenses that are supported by the Nikon F mount. Speaking of varieties of lenses, allow us to recommend the Nikon 70-300mm f4-5.6G zoom lens. It is suitable for capturing images at long distances. 4. Viewfinder. A viewfinder's basic function is to allow proper framing and control of one's shots. Without a viewfinder, most shots captured will be out of frame or framed wrongly, and this is not good for any picture. Upon inspection of the cameras in this video, you will discover that these cameras possess similar viewfinders. They both make use of an optical pentamirror viewfinder. This type of viewfinder has its advantages and its disadvantages. Making use of an optical viewfinder saves these cameras from unnecessary battery consumption. This is because this type of viewfinder does not require battery power to function, unlike an electronic viewfinder. The pentamirror material used in making the viewfinder is a bit of a disadvantage. It does not allow the passage of sufficient light. This is in contrast to the pentaprism material that allows sufficient light through the viewfinder. Therefore, the images transmitted via the pentamirror viewfinder aren't as bright as that which the pentaprism produces. With 95% viewfinder coverage, the user of these cameras has a wide field of view that allows one to capture more of the subject's surroundings. 5. Screen size. The screen is essential in a DSLR camera as it is used to view the camera's menu and settings. It is also used to view captured images and even watch videos. Some screens can be used as a live viewfinder. For clear viewing, the size of the screen must be large enough, and this is what these cameras offer. Despite being amateur cameras, these cameras possess 3" screens. The larger the screen size, the easier viewing becomes. Now that you have known all these, we believe that making a choice of the camera to go for wouldn't be much of a task. If you have enjoyed this video, click on the subscribe button below to get notifications when we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details and visit our site, www.camerasindepth.com, for more awesome camera content like this.